MrBeast went from facing a minor problem to now facing a major problem. A lot of crazy allegations just came out against MrBeast Mami. This content crop from Temu, for example, accuses MrBeast of very serious things, such as him promoting gambling to kids,
MrBeast is teaching us gambling?
hosting illegal lotteries that target children, but most importantly, he's making kids obese through his trash Feastables chocolate bars that are packed in sugar.
Keep in mind, only 5 ingredients, infinitely healthier for you than the normal thing out there.
Even though MrBeast is marketing them as a healthy snack. But these MrBeast allegations range from that content crop from Temu's crazy accusations to MrBeast knowing about Chris's pedophile tendencies all along. But nah, that last allegation might just be a big reach. You're telling me someone who knew Chris for more than 15 years, someone who literally saw Chris hang a lollipop picture of a 10-year-old kid that was probably covered in white sauce, if you know what I mean, and someone who was literally in Chris's Discord server, a server that Chris used to text minors inappropriately and share actual prawn with them. You're telling me a good guy like MrBeast allegedly knew about Chris all along? Nah, not my Jimmy. But talking about minor problem really quick, I've seen some people literally doing their best to defend Chris Tyson by correcting people and saying stuff like, "Stop calling Chris Tyson pedophile or pedophile. It's minor attracted person. The mislabeling in video is honestly triggering." Yo, what the did I just read? What even is a minor attract? Yo, this guy's typing like pedophiles got rights, and I just misgendered them and I'm about to get cancelled. Bro, if you're caught texting not 1, not 2, but 3 kid sus messages, then my bad. But personally, I'm not gonna take my time to respect you and call you a minor attracted person. Boy, you're a pedophile in my book! But secondly, those future pedophiles typing those kind of comments remind me of the people on TikTok doing their best to make the word obese the equivalent of saying the N-word.
This comes up a lot when I talk about how the word obese is a slur.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck. If those fat pufferfish succeed to make the word obese offensive, then I'm gonna start calling them morbidly round instead. Y'all better stop sleeping on us fatties. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm gonna keep sleeping. Don't play with me, guys. Chris Tyson is a pedophile, and if you're eating 50 Big Macs a day, you're an obese burger. But let's go back to the allegations against MrBeast, because believe it or not, there are more against him. And this allegations against MrBeast might be the worst one so far. MrBeast partnered up with Amazon, and he's creating his own game show. But apparently the conditions for the contestants are so terrible that the New York Times themselves just posted an article exposing MrBeast's game show. They're giving credit to the Beast Game's terrible conditions allegations, and going as far as to claim that the challenges are so messed up that the contestants are injuring themselves and almost oofing themselves to try to win the prize pool. I don't know about you guys, but this kinda sounds like Squid Games to me. Surely MrBeast is not a villain who just recreated Squid Games in real life, now is he?
I was simply telling one of the contestants' stories who talks about what appears to have been a very dangerous and mismanaged set.
To give you an idea as to how terrible the conditions within the game show are, there have been statements from alleged contestants saying that they've been getting injured, they've been getting deprived of food, and some contestants who have medical problems have apparently been forbidden from having access to their medication, which actually caused a contestant to have an epileptic attack.
People were having seizures because they were not getting medication, even though we were promised we would.
But of course, as I've said before, these are all trust me bro statements with no evidence whatsoever. But the fact that the New York Times themselves are giving credit to those statements and saying that the Beast Games really is a disaster tells me that there is some truth in those stories. But not only is the New York Times backing up these Beast Games allegations, but one of the most reputable union organizations is also backing up these claims because they've confirmed that MrBeast himself purposely made sure that Beast Games would not be unionized. If the game show would have been unionized, then a union organization would have made sure that safety protocols would have been implemented, and they would have made sure that the contestants were playing under safe and good conditions, instead of being deprived of food, medication, and instead of getting injured. And of course, the reason why MrBeast didn't want his game show to be unionized is because he didn't want to pay the union workers. But that's not possible, alright guys? MrBeast would never prioritize profits over the safety of contestants, now would he?
I've also been in contact with the people who are the IATSE union, a higher up in the industry, who I trust more than anything. They said that Jimmy and his team specifically requested that Beast Games be non-union, mainly so Jimmy wouldn't have to pay the crew benefits, but also these unions require very strict safety guidelines.
Now I know that the injuries allegations, the shortage of food, and the epileptic attack that was apparently caused by a contestant being unable to access his medicine, they're all allegations with no evidence. So pretty much trust me bro statements. But the fact that the New York Times and this union organization are both pretty much saying that the Beast Games game show is a disaster leads me to believe that these crazy allegations have some truth to them. Let's go back to this cup from Temu, who may may or may not look like he's of that perk. This guy was an ex-employee for MrBeast, and he recently uploaded an exposed video where he accused him of being a fraud and a scumbag in general. But rest assured, because the MrBeast team just issued a response concerning this exposed video, and you won't believe it because the MrBeast team investigated themselves and no wrongdoing was found. But the MrBeast team response just debunked the Timu Cup's allegations. And when I say debunked, I mean that the response was absolutely terrible and they didn't debunk anything. Instead of focusing on the serious allegations, such as the illegal lottery targeted towards children, they decided to debunk useless stuff that no one cares about. And debunk here is a strong word because that response contained no evidence whatsoever. This whole response is basically just a I made it all up wall of text. Instead of addressing the blatant promotion of gambling to children,
Pigging out on Feastables, and I'm trying to do this. MrBeast is teaching us gambling? Minus points because there's no cool music. Anyway, let's gamble.
which is clearly turning them into future gambling addicts, they decided instead to debunk something way more important. The raccoon paid actor allegation.
Have you ever faked a video?
No.
But this train track is CGI, these bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor.
I don't even know what to say about this. Clearly not an actor. How about you don't say anything about that? Would you say something about the illegal lottery targeted towards children allegation instead?
We're gonna open 3 packages, and whatever's in those 3 packages, we're gonna give someone random that buys.
But nah, let's talk about the raccoon allegation. A raccoon that's probably dead by now, by the way. Now, I'm sure I don't have to tell you guys that MrBeast is fully aware that most of his audience are kids. And I'm sure I don't have to tell you guys why it's bad to encourage kids to gamble and incite them to participate in your illegal lottery. Let's talk about what an illegal lottery is really quick. This is a big deal because what MrBeast did is not only evidence that he doesn't really care about his audience and about turning kids into gambling addicts, but what he did was essentially against the law. Now, the funny part is that as soon as MrBeast was exposed for hosting illegal lotteries, the live stream VOD of that illegal lottery taking place got deleted by the MrBeast team.
Illegal lotteries, obviously, like I think those claims are legitimate and I stand 100% by them. You know, they just took down the 5-hour live stream on their Facebook page.
Right.
So I feel like
that validates
that's sort of an
it.
acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that definitely doesn't make you look guilty, but an illegal lottery happens when the contest that you're hosting do these 3 following things. If you offer a prize, if your contest is dictated by chance, and if the only way to enter that contest is by paying, then congratulations, you've just broken the law. This allegation from the Timu Cup, by the way, is rock solid. It's pretty much impossible for MrBeast to refute it.
Buy this shirt to be in a video.
Shopify dashboard. We just have like a random number generator, and then like we just put the number, like if there's 1,000 orders, we just put it, picks a number between 1 and 1,000. Then my people give me the name. So, the first person that we're inviting to be in our Squid Game, if you want to enter, click the link in the description, buy the shirt or hoodie.
And there's just no way that MrBeast can BS his way around the fact that he was promoting gambling to kids. That's just a fact at this point. By the way, let's talk about the t-shirts that MrBeast was selling during his illegal lottery live streams.
So for something like these $42 t-shirts,
They were selling for 40 bucks! I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out. Bruh, unless that t-shirt is covered with Belle Delphine's backwater, I don't want it. Guys, I think I figured out why the t-shirts are selling for 40 bucks. It looks like MrBeast is signing them.
So Tyler signs MB, which is MrBeast's signature. Then he covers it, signs his own initials, TC, smirks, looks around, and then quickly slides the shirt away. Could you make it any more obvious? You know, you don't accidentally have someone else's signature as muscle memory. And again, I'm not a lawyer. I think this is fraud. Maybe they could say it's the brand's signature, even though it's clearly implied that this is Jimmy's signature, which was established during the last live stream.
That's obviously his, MrBeast. This is so cool. That's obviously his, MrBeast.
Oh, looks like some of the signatures are fake after all. So let me get this straight. MrBeast is turning kids into gambling addicts. He's hosting illegal lotteries and targeting them towards children. And he's deceiving kids by giving them forged signatures. Wow, you know when people say, save the kids? I feel like for MrBeast, it's fuck them kids. And this does have 2 meanings behind it, by the way, considering the fact that Chris Tyson used to be a MrBeast member. And we all know what Chris wanted to do with them kids. Also, another thing that shows us a glimpse of MrBeast's true colors is how he would literally manipulate his kid viewers by saying stuff like, oh, we're losing so much money, guys. We're giving away too much stuff.
I don't know who this is, but you just got a pair of AirPods. Oh my gosh, we're not making money. Guys, we need to stop giving everyone something.
We've just lost like 7
almost everything that someone's bought, we've put something in their package. I'm not gonna make money.
Which is obviously a common tactic to increase sales and make potential buyers more inclined to buy because they think they're more likely to win something, when in reality all they're gonna win is a lollipop picture from Chris Tyson's collection that's probably covered in white sour cream. According to the Timu Cup, MrBeast was never losing money out of these illegal lotteries. He was making bank instead, so clearly he was just using scummy sales tactics and deceiving his viewers viewers. Once again, MrBeast is fully aware that his audience are kids, so using this scummy tactic on them,
Oh my gosh, we're not making money.
it's just so messed up. I knew from day one, when people were referring to MrBeast as the golden boy of YouTube who does no wrong, who's got no dirt, for me personally, that was a red flag, because everyone's got dirt, even MrBeast. And seeing all of this unfold shows me that MrBeast really just is another Logan Paul. No wonder they get along very well. But let's talk about the paid actor raccoon a little bit more. That paid actor raccoon story actually goes way deeper than you might think. Dogpack responded to that BS MrBeast team response and doubled down on his claim that the raccoon was domesticated and was actually a paid actor.
What about the raccoon?
Raccoon was... Dude, the raccoon, in reality, it's much worse than being a...
Okay.
Yeah, it's a domestic raccoon that they brought to the set, and they're like sort of treating it like a prop. They're putting it in the ceiling and then pretending like, you know, they just discovered it.
Yeah, exactly.
But not only does he say that, he says that MrBeast faked scenes with the raccoon to make the video a little bit more entertaining. But one scene in particular that strikes me as odd is how Dogpack said that in a specific scene, the raccoon was actually picked up behind the camera and was thrown to make it seem like the raccoon appeared out of nowhere, to make the scene thrilling, I guess.
But then there's a scene where somebody off camera takes the raccoon and like throws it onto the bed, and I'm sure you could pull this clip up. The edit is very strange because there's a zoom in and pan up, so it like hides the fact that the raccoon is going on the bed, but what it's really doing is hiding the fact that someone's throwing the raccoon. And then there's a voiceover in post of Jimmy saying, "Oh man, the raccoon just ran in the hotel," or whatever, and they're like screaming at it and shit. So it's like almost, I wouldn't say animal abuse, like it's kind of borderline mistreatment when you're just like using it as a prop and then scaring it for no reason.
Yeah, I don't like the whole, that's bizarre. Yeah.
Nah, I ain't trying to jump into any conclusion, but low-key, the raccoon does look like he was thrown. Dogpack's story does pan out, like the zoomed-in angle. Yo, if this raccoon story is true, then MrBeast really is a cartoon villain. Throwing an animal to make a scene of a YouTube video a little bit more entertaining is crazy. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking this trash response from the MrBeast team was an attempt to debunk the most trivial things that no one cares about, if you can even call it debunk, because there's no evidence whatsoever in this response. But this was an attempt to make the public focus on the small, stupid stuff that don't matter, like the paid actor raccoon, and make as many gullible person as possible think that because the small claims could be debunked, then that must also mean that the bigger claims, the serious allegations, must also be false. I'm thinking that was the strategy behind this stupid response from the MrBeast team. They wanted to plant a seed of doubt within everyone's mind and make the Timu Cup seem untrustworthy, even though they haven't debunked any of the serious allegations at all. But oh boy, did this response flop, because no one in the replies was buying it. Turns out that everyone in the replies noticed that the statement had absolutely no evidence whatsoever, whereas the Timu Cup had actually provided concrete evidence for his allegations. And people also noticed that the MrBeast response did not address any of the serious allegations. But wanna know the funniest part? Turns out that the MrBeast team DM'd multiple YouTubers who covered the MrBeast situation, such as Pegasus, and tried to convince them that MrBeast is innocent. But as soon as Pegasus asked him a question about the illegal lottery and the promotion of gambling to children, the MrBeast team ghosted him. But because the MrBeast response wasn't well received, they proceeded to do the next best thing that you do when you get exposed. They sent the Timu Cup a cease and desist letter. Because nothing screams innocent more than trying to silence and sue someone.
Pigging out on Feastables.
Let's talk about MrBeast Diabetes chocolate brand. So as we know by now, MrBeast has a habit of deceiving the kids. So when it comes to his chocolate bar, it's the very same thing. If you watch MrBeast or you used to watch him before, you know very well that MrBeast used to promote Feastables as a healthy snack brand, and its chocolate bar was promoted as a healthy alternative compared to its competitors such as Hershey.
I wanted to just make a better for you snack brand because I think a lot of the stuff out there is just terrible for you.
Because obviously so much obesity and disease comes from the stuff we eat. Like Hershey's, for example, there's 10 ingredients, super processed. Our Feastables bars are 5 ingredients, and just all the ingredients are way higher quality. And it's infinitely better than the other options out there.
Keep in mind, only 5 ingredients, infinitely healthier for you than the normal thing out there.
But a couple of months ago, MrBeast destroyed his chocolate bar and turned it from a somewhat healthy snack to a diabetes simulator. And funnily enough, MrBeast never told his audience that his chocolate bars are now unhealthy, and ironically even unhealthier than Hershey bars. In fact, one of his videos generating millions of views to this day that is promoting his chocolate bars as a healthy snack is still up. Wow. So MrBeast is promoting gambling to kids, hosting illegal lotteries that target kids, hiring a MrBeast member who targets kids, and he's making kids obese now? MrBeast really cares about his audience, guys. But remember the classic Cope line, guys. But MrBeast does philanthropy. It doesn't matter if he promotes gambling to kids. It doesn't matter if he makes us obese, okay? I guess Chris better start doing philanthropy then. And then Chris will be a good person again, right? Money, 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 money.